Question 1. Brian made this 3D object using 48 small cubes. Which of these have a volume half that of Brian's object? Step 1 is to underline any key words. 48 small cubes and half the volume are key in answering this question. Step 2 is to understand. We need to understand that the question wants us to select an object that is half the volume of Brian's object. That is, it has a volume of 24 small cubes. To solve the question now, which is step 3, we begin by looking at all the different options. If you have a look at option 1, there are 6 cubes. Therefore, option 1 is incorrect. If we have a look at option 2, we can see that we have 8 cubes on the left, 8 cubes on the right, and 8 cubes down the middle. That gives us a total of 24 small cubes. Therefore, option 2 is the correct answer for question 1. Both option 3 and 4 are short of 24 cubes, with option 3 only having 12 and option 4 only having 20. Question 2. Riley is building a tabletop in the shape of a parallelogram. What is the perimeter of the tabletop? Step 1 is to underline any key words. The key word is perimeter. Step 2. Understand. Students need to understand that perimeter is the length around the outside of a 2D object. Step 3. Step 3 is to solve perimeter. We need to add all the length of all 4 sides of the parallelogram. So, we begin by writing P equals, now P means P for perimeter, equals to 90 plus 110 plus 90 plus 110. One of the properties of a parallelogram is that the opposite sides are equal in length. Therefore, the right-hand side is equal to 90 centimetres and the side down the bottom is equal to 110 centimetres. When we add all 4 sides, we get that the perimeter is equal to 400 centimetres. So the correct answer for question 2 is option 2. Question 3. Sanjit put 2 identical posters on his wall as shown. What is the distance D from the edge of each poster to the middle of the wall? Step 1 is to underline any key words. Key is the word distance, which is represented by the letter D. Step 2 is to understand that we need to find the distance from the edge of the poster to the middle of the wall. Step 3. Step 3 is to solve. There are several different ways to solve for D. One way is to work out half the length of one side of the wall by dividing 7 by 2. So we can see that the right-hand side of the wall is equal to 3.5 metres. To solve for D, we then do 3.5 minus the length of the poster, 0.75, and the length of the remaining wall. When solving, you get 1.25 metres. Therefore, the answer to question 3 is option 1. Question 4. A plan of the lawn in Pat's backyard is shown. Pat wants to fertilise the lawn in her backyard and needs to know the total area. What is the total area of Pat's lawn in square metres? Step 1 is to underline any key words. The total area in square metres are key when it comes to answering the question. Step 2 is to understand that we need to find the area of a square and the area of a triangle. That is because the lawn can be divided into 2 shapes. Step 3 is to solve. First, we need to understand the area of a square is given to us through this formula. And the area of a triangle is given to us through half times the base times the height. So if we have a look at the diagram of the lawn, we can work out the area by doing 3 squared, which is equal to 9 meters squared. To work out the area of the triangle, we do half times the base, which is 3, times the height, which is 2. When we solve this, we get 3 meters squared. Now that we found the area of the square and the area of the triangle, to find the area or the total area of the lawn, we add both our measurements, 9 plus 3. The answer is 12. So the total area that needs to be fertilized is 12 meters squared. Question 5. Alex has a rectangular room, 3.2 meters long and 2.4 meters wide. She wants to cover the floor of her room with these square tiles. 1 pack, 6 square tiles, 40 centimeters by 40 centimeters. How many packs of tiles does Alex need? Step 1 is to underline any keywords. 3.2 meters long and 2.4 meters long are important because they are the dimensions of her room. The information on the pack is also important, and the word packs is important because that's what we are required to find when answering the question. Step 2 is to understand. We need to understand that we need to find the area of Alex's room, the area of a tile, and the area of a pack of tiles. Step 3 is to begin solving. We first begin by finding the area of Alex's room. To do that, we do 3.2 times 2.4 and we get an answer of 7.68 meters squared. That is the area of Alex's room. The next step is to find the area of a tile. However, we need to change the units from centimeters to meters to match the units of the room. So 40 centimeters is equal to how many meters? To answer this question, we simply divide 40 by 100, and that is because there are 100 centimeters in a meter. When we do that, we get 0.4 meters. Therefore, 40 centimeters is equal to 0.4 meters. To find the area of the tile, we now do 0.4 times 0.4, which is equal to 0.16 meters squared. The next step is to find the area of a pack of tiles. So to do that, we take 0.16 and we multiply it by 6. That is because there are 6 square tiles in a pack. Once we do that, we get an answer of 0.96 meters squared. The final steps is to work out the number of packets that we need. To do that, we take the area of Alex's room, which is 7.68 meters, and we divide it by 1 pack, the area of 1 pack, which is 0.96 meters, and we get the answer 8. Therefore, we need 8 packs to tile Alex's room.